Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. Today I'm working in one of my little Traveller's notebooks I made. I love the idea of the Dilutions dialogue that come out, like the canvas cover and Traveller's notebook style notebooks in it. And I decided to make one of my own, which is in another video, I'll link that below. But this is me actually working on one of the books. So first page I've done in one of my little books, I made like black cover books, I've made graph books and all that sort of stuff. So this is just some sketchbook paper that I think come out of Alexa's sketchbook or art journal. We tear a few pages out so it expands. So it's Montmark paper, so it's off-white paper, but it's not very user-friendly when you put paint on it. So I'm just giving it a clear coat of gesso there, homemade clear gesso with school glue, water and a white powdery substance. Marble dust it's commonly called. It has a technical name, but I can't quite remember off the top of my head. If you Google homemade white gesso on YouTube, it'll come up. Or just let me know in the comments below and I'll go find it for you. So just giving that a dry. I wanted to keep the cream colour of the paper because I thought that was really cool, but wanted to give the paper, the gesso gives the paper a bit of what they call tooth, or a bit of protection from the, tooth is sort of grit, and protection from the paint, so the paint doesn't actually soak into the page. So it's like painting a house. You undercoat your house, then you overcoat your house. You undercoat your art journal page, you overcoat it. Same sort of principle. Sorry, I should have cut all that bit of drying out. Because it was a thin coat, didn't need much drying. And also put a strip of masking tape down the middle of the book. Because these are sewn signatures, I didn't want them to come apart. And it gives it a much more of a flawless look when there's a piece of tape across the centre. So I pulled out my Jane Davenport face stamps. I love using these face stamps. It's a great jumping off point to make a page. You don't have to sit there and fizz around and make the face. I just realised this lady has no arms. Where did her arms go? I've got the completed piece in front of me. I find that helps when I'm doing voiceover. So just drying up the ink. I did it in Tim Holtz's archival ink, so it would not move. The ink wouldn't move when I go and add my PBO watercolors over the top. So just spraying on my watercolors to activate them all. Didn't really know what colors I was looking for. Trying to sort of play with a bit of hair movement, and that in this particular video. Oh, taking purples and doing her dress, her shirt. She should have had arms. I'm wanting to draw figures and stuff like Jane Davenport, like James Burke. There's a few of them that do it, but I really suck at it. So I'm trying. I've just realised she has no arms, but that's alright. I love her hair. Her hair looks really cool. I had fun doing the page. It was a nice little exercise to sit down and do. Sometimes I just turn up to my art journal page, and if I make a mess, if I make something that's not a masterpiece, it's not as if any of these are going to go hang in the Louvre in France. They're just going to be sitting in my art journal and on show to everyone on YouTube, but that's beside the point. So just trying to get some light and dark areas with the watercolours. These are not the best watercolours, but they're sort of the best ones I could afford at the moment. That palette was about $20 from a place overseas. Much cheaper to buy it over there than in Australia. And they're I call them semi-professional watercolours. They're sort of better than the cake kitty ones that we get here in Australia, and they're not as great as a traditional artist watercolour, but they're somewhere in between. They sort of do pull and wick and that on the correct paper, but of course this is not the correct paper. I'm just mucking around. Drawing it from the front and the back, I can see when I flip over the page that I didn't completely cover the page with gesso. I did miss some spaces, so you can see the watercolour coming through. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to protect the page as well, so I could use the reverse side of the page on another picture. So the idea of the making the little traveller's notebook is I wanted to get out and about and go and do art places. When I'm waiting for Alexis or appointments, I can pull out this little art book. This one measures 8 inches by 8 inches, so you fold in half and it's like 4 inches by 8 inches. So it's a decent sized page to work with, but it's also a small enough size to carry around. I had so much fun making the cover for this little book. I must utilise it more. It's just not enough hours in the day for everything I want to do. Is that everyone else's problem as well? too many things you want to do in the art world, but not enough hours in the day. It's like editing and filming videos. I get on a editing kick and I will go and edit. I did about 4 videos last night, and I did doing some few more tonight, and I'm hopefully then going to do some art after it. It's just, I have kicks where I just film for a couple of weeks and just film 20 or 30 videos and stick them on my laptop, and then when I get around to it, a few weeks or a month later, I will come back and edit them. Trying to get a little bit ahead. But the thing is, I tend to get ahead, so I've done a few videos last night and I'll do some tonight. So I'll get 2 or 3 weeks ahead in scheduling videos, and I leave room for hauls and different ones that butt in as well. But then I don't do anything for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I get the same problem. I've got no video scheduled, so I have to consistently do it, but that's just not my life at the moment. So just trying to put some colour in her hair and make it sort of whooshing in the wind, I suppose. I'm still working on hair. Alexis is very good at hair. I must show you some of the pictures she does of hair. For her age, she's just amazing. I might do that in one of our snippets or vlog style. I'll grab out the painting she's been doing. She likes to muck around with these watercolors as well. So just drying that off. I wanted to make sure I dried off the layers because I didn't want to put too much water on this paper because I didn't want it to disintegrate. It's not the best paper. I have my eye set on some of Delusion's actual little inserts for the diary, but I wanted to use what I have this year. I want to really sort of kick into my stash and use some of the stuff up, as opposed to just going out and buying on a whim what I want, if that makes sense. So this little pen here is my fountain pen. I got it from Daiso, so it's an ink. It's got like a barrel of ink in it. So just going around and detailing. Sometimes I like to draw over the top of the stamped image, just so the colour of the inks match, and just adding some detail to my drawing as well. And then I decided the yellow looked just too plain, so I decided it needed some circles. So I proceed to add circles all over the page. Not sure whether I will go back and add to this page at all, or whether I'll collage something on top of it. I may add something over her hair. At this stage it's finished. Well, at the end of the video it'll be finished, basically the circles everywhere. But yeah, I could go back and add stuff later. So just trying to add a bit of movement to her hair. I've sort of got some of the brush strokes from the red, but just trying to add some drawing as well. Not much else to say on this video. You just watch me drawing and doodling. I could spend all day doing stuff like this, like drawing and doodling and sketching. But you give me a completed picture to colour, and coloured pencils, and I just don't want to do it. I'm terrible. This is about my limit of colouring in, painting a little bit, or I could possibly sit there and colour in, but I much prefer to get a bit more creative with my work than I'm not. They say art, colouring is art therapy and it's supposed to de-stress you, and it does the opposite to me. I'm never a person that fits in a square box. I'm like a square peg in a round hole. I just don't fit. So I just do my own thing. So just adding a bit more sort of shadowing to her neck, and here I go over the face because I just want to tone it in with the rest of the drawing. I could go and fiddle like this for hours, and this, I like using this particular pen and ink because it's a liquid ink. It goes over almost any medium. I can do it over acrylic paint, I can do it over watercolour. It doesn't tend to wreck the nib of the pen, which I've done loads on other pictures. When your paint's not quite dry and you go over it with another type of, not an inkjet pen like this one, or an ink cartridge pen like this one, but a normal pen or a normal marker, you actually damage the nib of it. So I'm pausing and deciding what to do. So I grab out a darker pen and decide the circles need just to be a little bit darker and a bit more scratchy, sketchy. So I grab, I think this is an art line marker I just picked up at Safeway or Woolworths one day for a couple of bucks, and these are the ones I usually kill because I can't wait until the paint is dry before I go across them. In this particular instance the paint was dry. It's more the acrylic paint that wrecks them. The watercolour is not so bad. So I believe I go and define her hair a bit more with this darker brush as well and put some dots in the background. I could have come back in with a white pen as well to add some highlights, but myself and white pens just don't get along anymore. I haven't found a good one that I haven't wrecked by being too impatient and wanting it to go over wet paint. So thank you for listening. Just a very short video, me fooling around in my new Traveller's Notebook. I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. There's some still photos at the end giving some close-ups. I like this page. It's different. I'm a very eclectic art journaler. I will try my hand at just about everything to see what I like. But I did enjoy doing this page. I'll leave you with the still photos at the end, and I'll go forward and do some more editing. Bye for now.